It's pretty fun to look at this menu, because we look here and see that I have obtained effectively everything in these games, aside from a burst? But I thought I did get everything in Plague Knight. Because I went and got every Cypher coin because that allowed me to get the prismatic armor thing. Huh. Maybe it's a new game plus item. I don't actually know. I don't think there's normally any inventory slots that aren't filled in like that. Because they would have just done a different grid system, I'm sure. But that's interesting. But to go from there and see 5 hour 19, 5 hour 15, that's kind of fun. That's like really interesting to see just how much time I've actually put into this game, and like the fact that they're pretty similar in speed with me kind of just blasting through. Now, it has been a couple weeks since I've last played this game, which means that I have actually not started streaming yet, so forgive me for all the shit that I said in the other playthroughs, other Let's Plays of the game. Just literally haven't had the ability to. I've been busy. The Shadow Mirror allows us to cast a reflection and attack from a distance. So, Red, let us go through. I'm not going to give you a German voice anymore. I don't like it. I'll give you just a different tone of voice. Ah, I didn't read what he said, but he must make haste. We can swing, and while we can jump and dash to you, that is but one way to complete this. As if we equip our Shadow Mirror, we create this little Specter Knight Shadow who can attack from afar, clearing pathways and defeating enemies, and it's just super cool. I love the look of the Shadow Specter. Now, I don't actually know if there's a time limit on this, or if it just disappears or sucks up energy over time, but it seems to just be here, and we just pull it back in by pressing the button again. I'm honestly... Oh, you lose thing by swinging with it, so you can just have it out infinitely. It's pretty cool. Excellent. Away we go. The Shadow Mirror is a very cool curio to look at. And if you switch a curio while it is out, it will immediately disappear. Now, we have a lot of money, and truthfully, this one's a pretty cool one. It is really friggin' cool, honestly. Not visually per se, but just based on what it does. By breaking checkpoints, you get drastically stronger. And I'm talking like enemies that took like 3-4 hits will now take 1. You can get real fast. And it's not a bad look. Like if you like this look, that's perfectly fine. I think it's a little bit more reflective of like a different armor set in the game, but it's not for me. No, the armor set that's for me is going to come up in a second. There's also the Striker Shawl. Similar to the Dynamo Drop for Shovel Knight, we have the Hobgoblin armor, which we can hold up, charge, wait for the sparks, and then get a big slash. The moment you start flashing, you do get a slightly stronger slash, if I recall correctly. I might have just made that up because it seemed like it was stronger, but you do need to wait for the flash or the ding, and then swing for a cool little thing. Now, the ghostly garb turns you into this white ghost with a reminiscing? An after image. That's not what reminiscing is. You also skate across the ground. A very new animation. Every one of the final armor sets, or I say final, but every one of the flashy armor sets gives you just different animations. And they're pretty cool to an extent, but the reason that I love this game is the rail mail. I've already touched on it before. Not visually, I think the base Specter Knight armor is the prettiest armor set in the game, and across all of the games. Actually, is that true? No, King Knight has one really nice looking armor set. But rail mail's function, by holding down when we land from a jump, we turn the game into a rail grinding game. Every time you land after stopping rail grinding and restarting, you will change from the blue to the red. This is very fun. It's an entirely useless detail, but I like it nonetheless. So what are we doing? Well, this is my way of traversing the game. It might get annoying to you hearing shh constantly, but hey, eat shit and die. I love it. Want to be cool like me? We'll leave you from a rail, try pressing up or down to pull off some sick stunts. I don't want to be cool like you at all. I'm going to be cool like me. And to be cool like me, we got to go talk to Horace once again and actually complete it this time. I do not know why this took me so long. I genuinely expected to have beaten it on the first try, but it seems like the odds just weren't in my favor. I thought I just lost immediately, if I'm being honest. But I have no qualms at all now that I have my rail mail. This game is going to go by. I showed the other maps, or the other modes took, what, 5 hours, 15 minutes, 5 hours, 19 minutes, I think they were, respectively. This one will take maybe an hour now, even though we're already an hour in, and I'm clearly bad at the game. Bro, please! I'm trying to talk the most shit. Look, I'm talking the most shit. I am so ass. I'm apparently so garbage at the video game. I didn't mean it. Wait, no. The problem is that all I'm doing is saying an outcome. I'm not actually explaining why. It's gonna take another hour from now because I'm the fucking champion, is what it is. It's because I'm actually the champion. That's all it takes, you know? And like sometimes you just gotta admit to yourselves, yeah, you know, I am the best in the world. I am the shovel knight. I am the shovelly knight guy. I am the knight that shovels. Even if I don't have the best curio in the game, I am the knight that shovels. So I can just, I'm the knight that specters? Look, I'm stupid, all right? I am excited to continue playing this game because if it, you fuck. If it isn't clear, I love this game so much. I mean, I've only said it a billion times, but truly, Specter Knight is like one of the most fun gameplay experiences I've ever had in my life, and continues to be, no matter how many times I play through it. I don't know you've heard all this 8 times by now at least, but shut up. You guys, you get upset when I complain. You cannot... You get upset at me when I complain in video games. You cannot be mad at me for for praising a video game. You're not allowed. You have to make up your mind. Do you want me to complain or do you want me to praise? You're such a bitch. Oh my god, that was way too close. But we have now cleared the tower, so I probably shouldn't have said that. In fact, I think me saying that might have just fucked me so hard. Harder than my dad. What? Whoa, whoa. What am I saying? I know I was quiet and that was just playing through, but like, oh my goodness. You heard it here first, folks. My dad fucked me, even though he's been dead, so. I gotta stop. I'm literally catching myself off guard with the shit that I say. Which I do too often, actually. But yeah, that is the end of it. No! The ending will always be the same of the Tower of Fate. It will always be this little wyvern climb after that. And you could try to get more money, but it's really not too big of a deal, because now it's been completed and we've obtained the feat Vector Victor for completing the ascent of the Tower of Fate with the Horus minigame. Thanks, Horus! Don't know how your lantern does that, but I like it anyways. And Horus will give us some money. I am impressed. You have bested my challenge. If his voice sounds different, it's because it's been several weeks and I don't remember the voice I gave him. Well done. Thanks, Horus. I'm gonna take your money and I'm gonna skedaddle the fuck on skedaddle. And I believe we did go and talk to Polar Knight last time. Yes, we did. We have a little bit of money, so we can come over here and talk to Shmichi Boy or Legion. But, do I really care? Yeah, let's upgrade the Dread Talon. I think it's so fucking cool. Let's do it. Let's also help our little friend here by turning him to a silver gold armor. Behold, my metallic sheen. Maybe I should combine everything I've learned inside the Clockwork Tower. I've always found machines to be fascinating, and Tinker Knight seems like a level-headed leader. Yeah. Well, okay, sir, let's head on down. Arcalite, let us enter into the lost city of Mole Knight. Rather we would have, if not for an intruder. Stop right there. Raze is here to save the day. Raze? The one and only. Uncle said there's evil stuff going on in here, and when evil's afoot, Raze is on the rise. Or maybe it's Rise is on the rise, however you want to say it. Childish. You don't belong in this place. Run along before you get hurt. Who dares to intrude on my tower? Hey, lady. My name's Raze. Are you here to help me beat these guys up? Oh? Looking for an apprentice of your own, Specter Knight? He's nobody. Just a naive kid. Let him be. I'll escort him out myself. A nobody, you say? Well, that just won't do. Let's make something out of him, shall we? What? What are you doing to me? The darkness, it hurts! Stop! Ah! So potent.
Now this is the kind of feeling I could get used to. Put him up, Skinny. Why don't we take my new powers for a spin?
Get it? Because he throws boomerangs and they spin?
Ray's has now transformed himself into a new Dark Acolyte.
With the powers of boomerang and magic and flame. I don't know, man. He's cool. He sure does have a cool design. I'm a big, edgy, just ghosty guy, and I think that shit's awesome. And he has similar powers to other characters we've met, so... He has a little appearing spell. Similar attack to Ray's when he throws his boomerangs in the ground and waits for them. Also kind of a similar attack to Specter Knight in the way that he just kind of waits for you with his scythe to come back around. But it's not a difficult fight at all. Especially not when you're the best in the world.
Oh, how delightful. I'm impressed, Race. Perhaps I can find a use for you around here. Let's see. That nervous acolyte is certainly unfit to guard this mirror. Take his place, if you would. Of course, my master. Can I destroy him? Not too hasty, my child. You can ponder his fate in the dungeon. And you, stop wasting time. Return to the task at hand, and do not fail me again. Well then, puppet. Out with it. Where shall I send you next?
You know, to call us a puppet's pretty fucking ironic considering you literally just called her your master. But pop off, buddy. I'm going to the Mole Knight.
You sure you want to go there, underling?
I'll beat your ass so hard. You literally just saw that I beat your ass. And all I did was just dash at you a bunch. Imagine if I actually tried. Nah, I don't have the patience for that asshole. But this is a fun version of the stage. And I love that it has the background of the Kratos area from the original. Which, I'm only just noticing. That it was kind of like a repurposed background. I don't actually remember if Shovel Knight went into this area. Like the surface part of the Lost City. Or if he started at the bottom. But I believe he started in the cave. But it is cool getting to see, like, yeah, I guess that the Kratos boss fight area was just reused assets. Which I shouldn't really be talking too much about. Or shouldn't be bringing too much attention to. Because that's not an experience everyone's going to get to have. I tried to press up and square button to use the relic, but that's just not how you use relics in this version of the game. No, you press triangle, or X, or Y? I don't know what it is, or maybe the V button. Who knows? But, you know, it's the relic button. I love that we can just slide across the ground like this so much, though. By pressing this, we can effectively one-shot kill every enemy in the game, which is why I don't think it's necessary to use the special armor that makes it so you just kind of eviscerate everything by breaking checkpoints. Not only does it make your gameplay harder, it's also just kind of unneeded, because, like, Dread Talon, you win. And, oh, the Dread Talon sure is fun. What I do like is being able to see the birdos in the slime. I like that a lot. This is where we start Shovel Knight stage off, if I recall correctly. Gotta make sure we time the jump well to get across. And there's a Mimic. Now we can just kind of kill him. Feels a little bad, but I've shot dogs before. It ain't gonna change anything now. That's an awful sentence, and I haven't shot animals. I meant in video games. I could have literally just held right at all there, but I held straight down. Which doesn't even do anything. I just actively held straight down and fell to my death. Cool. I don't... Okay, no. I was gonna say, I don't know if I can get those. I definitely can get those, but it's not gonna be easy. I also don't need it. I kind of have everything that I want. Like, aside from upgrades, but like... Oh no. Really? I swear I'm not doing this on purpose. And yes, even the beam that it launches out can destroy enemies and other blocks, which means that it is a very useful item for exploring and maneuvering. Boink. I love this character so much, man. But I will say, I'm not the biggest fan of the Specter Knight version of this song. really just like the Lost City in general, but it's just kind of with like the high pitched strings and everything. It just kind of hits different. It doesn't hit the same. You know, it doesn't have much of that like triumphant sound to it, which it's not meant to. We're a damned spirit. I do like having lanterns that act differently than the normal lanterns we can jump across. By slashing into the gooey lanterns, they will launch us in the opposite direction. Or rather, they will return us to the direction from which we initiated our jump. But that does make for some very interesting platforming. I probably should be dead right now. Sir, disappear. Thank you. God, it's just the fucking best relic in the game. We do, if I recall correctly, we do know that there is a darkness wisp in the Lost City. We don't have a real way of trying to get to the left side there and hit it, so I'm going to make the assumption that there isn't anything there. Because this game is relatively fair, so I doubt there would be anything that would require us to be like, hey, make this really intense jump, or use a relic which you cannot well, I mean, you could technically access the relic if you just went there first, but a relic which you likely won't have or think to use in that way. Because everything else in the game is effectively accessible just by playing the game normally. I was hoping to God that my beam wouldn't reach that, because I'm pretty sure this is actually where the Darkness Wisp is. Fish! Oh, it's not. God, I love the platforming in this game, man. Like, you can actually, like, the Lost City, you actually get to see it. There is a proper city in the background. There's a whole fucking, like, pyramid, or, is it a P word? I feel like it's a P word. Not remembering it. But basically it's just like this, it's a sanctuary of sorts, but I'm pretty confident it's like a P word. Nope, can't remember it at all. Cannot remember it for the life of me. But it's so cool, man. Getting to actually see the proper background in the stage and like paying attention to it and shit. Lost City is such a beautiful stage, and like most of this game is just absolutely stunning. Woo! I would have made it if I had to use the red talent, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. To get this, bump. Bounce on the bounce. Now, I have a little bit more of a selfish reason for wanting to play Shovel Knight as this Let's Play. And that is, I suppose we could talk about this. I don't know if I really should or... Well, I don't need the money. It's no secret I suffer through depression. It's no secret that I have horrible anxiety and that I have dealt with this shit for a very long time. I grew up not in a great family situation. You know, like children's services were constantly like there, all sorts of shit. But that's kind of why I wanted the two people that I spoke to earlier, or the people that I spoke to in like episode 2 of the series, Malek and Brian. That's why I wanted them to watch the series. I wanted to be like, look, I know y'all know like a little bit, but you guys know that I kind of live my life under the impression, and I guess this is the first time you as the audience might be hearing this, I effectively live my life under the thought process that I'll probably be dead within a week. That is really the only way that I've been able to get by my whole life, is the assumption that I'll be dead or something will happen and I'll kill myself within a week, because like life has kicked my ass, and that's kind of been like my way of dealing with it. It's being like, dark thoughts, you know, not a healthy way of dealing with it at all, of course, but simply the way that I have. So I wanted there to just be, you know, like audible audio evidence of me telling the people that I care about that you fuck. That's exactly what I want. You fuck. That's what I wanted there to be. I wanted there to be audible evidence, and like something that's super important to me. We're on topic. I get to be like, hey, this is a very important thing to me, and you people are very important to me. I just want you to know in this moment where I am experiencing things that I love, that you are on my mind, that I love you guys. That was effectively the thought process of one of the reasons that I wanted to do this Let's Play for so long. Because, like I said, I've lived my life with the assumption that I'll be dead within a week for the better part of 10 years now. And it's been very miserable. But, you know, I'm still here. So clearly that thought process isn't accurate. But, you know, just want my friends to know that I love them deeply. And if ever there were to be a last Let's Play on the channel, I want there to be arguably the most meaningful Let's Play in terms of like the game itself that I can ever actually do would be just like the one where I get to say those things, you know? And that might sound really sad and stupid and doesn't make much sense to you, and that's because I'm an idiot and that things don't actually make sense when I say them. That's kind of the point. It's kind of what I do. I just yap and say random words. And then people get confused or upset, which is fine. Any reaction is better than no reaction, which is not true at all, actually, but that is called a survivor's response. Break open the dirt. Kill the fish. Oh my god, it's the gargantuan leviathan from Subnautica. Break time is over. Are you in the right place? Ready to continue the dig? Very much so. In fact, I'm here with a business proposal. The Enchantress has need of excavators and wishes to employ the best. What? Ooh. Well, you found the best. The best at digging! My claws are sharp and my technique is flawless. Excellent. Then you'll only need... But I'm absolutely not looking for new work. And break time is over. You understand me, mate? Boink. Also, don't worry. If anything that I said sounded like alarming to you before, that's fine. Don't worry, I'm chilling. For now, I am chilling, but chilling nonetheless. I do like this fight a lot in the slime because, like, I think the slime blocks change up this fight in such a good way by making this whole thing way more movement-based, and now he bounces around and shit. I love that a lot. And it makes me think of Portal 2 and the Aperture Science and the Aperture Goo, or the Repulsion Goo and shit, and like, I love Portal 2. Portal 2 is such a good fucking video game. It's such a fantastic game. And getting to just like experience more shit that makes me think of like one of my favorite experiences of all time, also great. While also being its own version of one of my favorite experiences of all time. Like, Shovel Knight, that's so good. Yacht Club, you've made such a good game. I love this fucking game, dude. I'm pretty sure we were at 10 of the red skulls, so I think we got all 10.
Look at that. I forgot where it was before, but I remember now. Literally came back with the exclusive purpose of showing that if you wall climb, these walls will not detonate. So fucking run and you're fine. And that's where the last skull in this level is. So,
but is it time to head back to the tower or is there another cutscene? It's time to head back to the tower. Very well. Let's do that. Let's speak with Red for a moment, see what new curios we have unlocked, my good man. I really wish, and Yacht Club, if you hear me, if you're watching this Let's Play, first of all, you are incredible and have very directly saved my life on so many occasions, and have made my life infinitely better. Can you, like, allow the power-ups we get from armor to just be abilities? Like, once you unlock the armor, you can equip that power-up at any point in time. Obviously, only doing one at a time, though that doesn't necessarily need to be the case, but, like, one at a time, but just let me change my armor. I'd love to just stick with normal Specter Knight and then have the rail gliding on, please. I'd appreciate it very dearly. The Chronos coin slows down everything around you. It's a coin with the clock on it. Wow. I like this one a lot because it's entirely unnecessary. You can just jump onto it if you're smart. I'm not smart. Like, it's entirely unneeded here. It's just not important. Like, yeah, I could slow down time, or I just don't need to. Anyways, Zawardo! Tokyo Tomine! Clockwork Tower and the Lich Yard. I see. Clockwork Tower. It's not the Mole Lost City. Well, we did complete a new area, which that means new people have unlocked themselves within the Tower of Fate. So let's see. Well, there's an excavator here. I don't actually know what the dude's name is, but there's that guy. And he's hanging out with our wizard friend. Let's talk to our mole friend. Mole knight friend. I don't speak English. Are they bringing my bread out? I asked for bread. Everything up here takes forever. Well, it's gotta go like 70 floors, dude. Could you go ask about the bread, please? I love that he likes bread. He just sits there, just tapping his fingers, twiddling away the time. Anyways, this is another NPC that you probably love if you are a player of the game, and if you haven't played the game before, you're more like, what the hell am I looking at? This is Gal. Or Gall, or Gold, whatever you want to call it as. Ah,
Specter, I'm working on my technique for a killer new move. Brace yourself for the kiss of death. What? Wait, just a... Didn't work.
Cal? Are you... You okay?
My victim is supposed to die, not me. Now I'm double dead. Oh well, practice makes perfect. Eh, Specter?
Fucking love Gal so much. And I love that. I love how, like, the Specter Knight is just off guard. Bro's like, whoa, that was a kiss. Ugh. I love it a lot. The Shadow Mirror expands outwards. To me, this seems like a very obvious reference to the Master Sword in both Legend of Zelda Wind Waker and Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, based on the fact that it goes from a light blue to a deeper blue and the wings spread out on the mirror. Now, that's definitely just me reaching. I mean, it could be very well, it could be a very real thing, but it's pretty damn cool. It extends the range by a fair bit, and it can now pick up items, meaning that in that little spot I was in where I couldn't get down, I can pretty much just stand on the ledge and reach it now, which is pretty nice. We are also going to upgrade another thing, being our Binding Soul, changing it to red fiery balls. I love balls. Now, our friend here seems to be the same thing. You're doing great at the Clockwork Tower? Oh, that's wonderful. Things are busy, but not too busy. You're learning a lot about engineering too. Have I found the right place for me? You know what, man? I really hope you have. I hope you're... Well, I missed. Oh well. We'll go to the next area. I missed a red skull? I missed a red skull? Okay, I'll find it later. Iron Whale time! Once again, Specter Knight stages are entirely different, with us starting on the surface this time. Now, I'm gonna throw a ball down just because I don't trust the water. Well, turns out I was fine. And I could have trusted the water, absolutely. No, Specter Knight uses the orb to launch himself across the surface of the water and up and out of the water. Most of this stage will actually not take place how you think. It is almost entirely placed out of the surface of water, where your goal is to use these orbs to get yourself to the next area. Now, we do have the rail grind ability, so we don't need to. Now, there is something I haven't shown about the rail grind ability, and that is that we can now grind onto spikes. There is no more things that can hurt me. I am invincible. And I'm being stupid, but that's simply because I'm having a good time, and I'm so relaxed right now, man. I know it sounds dumb, but like this game puts me at so much peace. Like I'm just sitting here like, yep, I could fall asleep right now if you really want, if I really tried to. Not because it's boring, but just because I'm relaxed. I wish that this shit would kill them. And it does! It is, I believe, the only thing in the game that can actually properly kill the iron snails. I made that name up. I don't know what the fuck these things are called, but little lobster dudes, they're gone, bruh. Sorry, Larry. Would y'all, Larry, smash your pass? Larry the lobster. I know for one of you, Brian, it's smash. Fish fucker. But the rest of you, what do you think? I can't give him shit as if I'm not a tentacle guy, but you know. So we can go down, but I want to get the red skull, so we must go across first. And now we can go down. It do go down. If I recall correctly, this was a part of an area of Shovel Knight, but I might be misremembering just because I've seen this specific stage so many times as Specter Knight. We do, however, have the ability to see that there is a secret to the right, which allows us to go in and find ourselves another red skull. Wow! It's been so long since I made like a proper Let's Play video that I think I've lost a bit of my touch. And by touch, I mean my... I don't know, I'm hungry, I'm trying to lose weight.
So we're dieting. Not dieting, we're fasting. But we're also... No, we're not dieting. We're not dieting, it's just fasting. Although, does fasting count as dieting? I feel like to an extent it would probably count. If we look to the left here, we can actually see that there's a secret platform to go across. Money! I mean, I guess money's good and all, but I'd rather taking something else. You know, like a wisp or literally anything useful. But I have a giant skull. Not a skull. Tan? Oh, wait! Wait a second! I had Zawardo, and I also have Zahando. I didn't even think about it. And I have a stand! Holy shit, I didn't even realize Specter Knight is just JoJo's Bizarre Adventure! Wait, that's kind of fucking sick. I do wish that the colors of it were a little bit better on the mirror, because it is based on the color of the armor you're wearing. That's kind of sad, because, you know, some of them aren't that great. But, like, it's probably fine. And I do like that in this area, they have the lobster down here, so you can actually make your way up to that red skull, even if you don't go to the right side. But also, if you have the mirror, you can just put it out and do it that way. But that's crazy. We have Zawardo, Zahando, we have a stand, we have Diamond is Unbreakable. We have another one? I don't know, maybe? I don't know if you could, like, argue that there's a different stand that we have, but I'm sure I can come up with something later on. Yo, Angler Man? Relax. Also, if Chester's not even in you this time, why are you here? How many of you exist? Because canonically, Shovel Knight kills you. But also canonically, clearly, Specter Knight kills you. One more hit. Literally one more. Oh, I was wrong. 2 more hits. I like that we get to eat the fish. I also like that the fish look very similar to the Trove, which tells me that they are probably trouts. And that's fun. Just a slight bit of attention to detail based on an art style thing. That allows you to come to your own conclusions and whatnot. Good game design. I love it, man. I've thought about it, making like a video essay on why I think this is one of the best video games of all time. And like, I've definitely talked about a few of the reasons that, or I think that during this Let's Play, but to make like a proper in-depth video about like, hey, this is objectively one of the best video games of all time. You know, that kind of thing. Which I think is harder to do knowing that Plague Knight exists, because Plague Knight gives you the movement to explore the game, whereas Specter Knight gives you, or Shovel Knight gives you the tools to explore the game. Specter Knight just gives you an entirely new game, and so does King Knight. And I think in those aspects, they're pretty cool. But because there's like 2 almost identical stories with like different twists to the same story, it's like fun having multiple perspectives, but I think it does take a lot away that Plague Knight doesn't get his own stages and everyone else does. But, you know, it's such a one of the few complaints. It's an unfortunately a reasonable thing to dislike about the game, that everyone else gets like a proper set of stages and he doesn't, but, you know, it's like the only real complaint. Well, I'm trying to think about other complaints I actually have about the game. I just like how you can't always be impatient. I just like that the game kind of forces you a lot of the time to go, hey, you know what, let's actually be smart and take my time with things. And it doesn't let you rush through it, but that's my own playstyle, so I gotta learn to play the game. I'm like, you know, you could argue like that's not accommodating everyone's playstyle, which is fair, and I could agree with that statement, but realistically, it's just about being bad. That fish does not take damage by anything other than the Dread Talon. I think bomb as well. What do you call it? I think if there's like an explosive or a bomb in the ground, it can also get damaged by that. Which, you know, New Game Plus, when you go into New Game Plus, anything that drops food will drop bombs instead. So that is certainly one of the things. But for the most part, it's probably not too big a deal. It does get annoying. Honestly, I do hate that fucking fish. Like, that fish is undefendable in my opinion. I hate that fucking fish. You're a bitch, you know? I actually need to go back a screen just so I can go back and get the bubbles. Assuming they respawn. Alright, you know what? You gotta go. You gotta go.
out of my way. I can most certainly make this. Yeah. This is why we play Rail Mail. I didn't hold down. If I held down on my controller, I totally made that. But I also really thought that I was going to get that red skull there. So I was not expecting to fall down. But, you know, I had a billion seconds of reaction time and just didn't. Eat balls. Get out of my face, bro. What a good fucking theme. I love it so much. It's such good music. If it wasn't, like, no, don't get me wrong. I don't want Shovel Knight to not have 8 bits. And I'm sure there are some fantastic orchestral or more acoustic covers of the game. But, I would use Shovel Knight music in so many of my videos, like my Yu-Gi-Oh videos and whatnot, if this game wasn't specifically 8-bit music. Because I feel like 8-bit... I didn't have any magic. I feel like 8-bit music doesn't always fit the tone of, like, a lot of the stuff that I go for. And I'm sure I could just do it, and, like, who would really care? Not me. I'd be happy if I get to play the music of one of my favorite games of all time. But... you know, it's a little, detached from what's going on for my Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, but, you know, I'm not against it. Maybe Shovel Knight DX of Hope will have orchestral album. Should be pretty cool. Maybe I could get Luke Pickman if I comment enough times to like, hey, Luke, play Shovel Knight, Luke, play Shovel Knight, make Shovel Knight music. Maybe I could make that happen.
I just brought my ship to the surface and I already find a beggar on board. I'm not here for a handout. Instead, I bring a proposition. Unrestricted salvage rights in a place as the Enchantress as financer. Oh, I'll gladly spend gold to make gold, but how can I take your word that my investment would be secure? Our deals go far beyond words. Behold a glimpse of the power she commands.
We're gonna fight? Oh, buddy. This is a fight not in your favor, sir. I don't know if you know, but I'm actually the best in the world. I'm literally the Specterist Knight. So, like... be gone? Dread Talon! I'd use my Kamehameha beam real quick. Boing. Also, it never occurred to me, we're not fighting on sand right here. We're fighting on money. That's really funny, actually. I like that a lot. Time to reminisce. Reminiscence, Xenoblade Chronicles? What a great theme.
Let's break camp. We can reach the pinnacle by day's end. I can already sense its power. Over life and death, it shall soon be ours.
Well, Horus isn't here because the tower's not fallen to magic yet, so that's actually just not true at all. But we do know there's gems here, so let's grab them. Ooh, look, it's the mirror too, which means that the mirror was also here before the Enchantress. A little bit of a weird bit of lore there, but a fun one nonetheless. I like the implications of this area. We are greedy bastards. We are bandits and thieves searching for the almighty power, so I'm sure that no one's going to complain if I take some extra money, but dude, look at this skyline. And look at the Tower of Fate when it's not screen tearing. Isn't that great? Oh, that's a platform to the left. The amount of times I've died in this area by being stupid, it's too much. That's, to be fair, that's every area, but I have died on this screen a lot by just rushing through and then dying to the fire falling down. Because you cannot climb on top of that, and you have to go under. Luan, thank you. I remember for a while, Raze was one of my favorite Specter Knight, my favorite Shovel Knight characters, and I would name my save profile as Raze just because I thought Raze was great. And I still do think Raze is really fun. Raze is just awesome. I love his design. I love his like silly face. I love his attitude. Just this silly kid who's definitely biting off more than he can chew, and who's not prepared at all for any of what the world has in store for him. It's just fun.
My carrot! I really wanted that. I carroted about that carrot. Why did you go to the left, sir? Was there a secret? Oh no, you just wanted to stay in the air. Cool. No, okay, that's great. No, that's fantastic actually. No, I'm super glad. I'm really glad Luan just decided to float in the air for a minute and just like show that he's God actually. I need to remember to like actually just beat the game, you know? What is happening to me? Why am I ass? Oh my god, he split in half for a second there. That was horrifying. You get way too much. Can I? It's not that hard. You get a lot of air when Luan throws you. Until you actually touch the ground, you are stuck in that free fall of the roll, which I don't like, but I'm playing like ass today, apparently. Like it actually took me 2 more tries to beat the tower. The second tower is hit the tower. Nope, no secrets up there. What if I go up here? No? Can we just talk about how much strength this fucker Luan must have? Because like he's grabbing our knife out of thin air and hoisting us a solid like 4 or 5 more meters. This dude must be fucking strong.
Is that the amulet? It's ours. Finally. Stay where you are. That amulet has powers far beyond your control. I am here to destroy it once and for all. But I seek only to protect my son. My intentions are pure. Protect him?
Oh, I can't read.
Protect him then, by fleeing this place and never looking back. You want it for yourself. You can't fool me. Luan, would you do the honors? Just a moment. If what she's saying is true, then might we be a bit more cautious? You would let some pompous knight tell us what we can and can't take? Who is this busybody anyways? I am Shield Knight, and I will not let you pass.
Now Luan fades into the background and Shield Knight cannot be hit from the shield. Of course, that would make sense. She is the Knight of Shielding. But she can be hit from behind. We gotta hit it from the back. That's crazy. What game design? Yoshi Boomerang Blade! Anyways, I'm just gonna stand up here. Is that... What the hell? I do love the music in this area a lot. And I really should let boss fights go on longer just so you guys can hear the music, but...
Donovan, the tower crumbles around us!
We must leave... I don't know what fucking... What was that? We must leave. We gotta leave.
I never knew you as a coward, Luan. We'll leave once we have our prize. Stay away. You meddle with forces you don't understand. Please, Donovan, I'm begging you. Leave the amulet. It's not worth it. Never. Out of my way.
Well, he wasn't in your way, but I guess you wanted to kill your friend.
And you won't stop me either, have at you.
All right. I guess with that, another episode of Specter Night has ended. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you've all had a wonderful day. And if you haven't, there's always the rest of your day. There's always tomorrow, the day after that, so on and so forth. Things don't get better unless you let them so. Give yourself time and things will improve. I promise. Take care of yourselves, everyone. Bye-bye. A shooting star! And defeat melancholy for simply waiting here for a long period of time. Goodbye, everyone.